Thank you for watching my channel. Please subscribe and like. Now back to the news. Hunter Biden would dial in his father, then Vice President Joe Biden, on speakerphone into meetings with his overseas business partners, according to testimony expected before Congress this week from Devon Archer, the first son's former best friend. Archer, 48, who is facing jail for his role in a $60 million bond fraud, is scheduled to testify to the House Oversight Committee about meetings he witnessed that were attended by Joe Biden, either in person or via speakerphone, when Hunter would call his father and introduce him to foreign business partners or prospective investors. We are looking forward very much to hearing from Devon Archer about all the times he has witnessed Joe Biden meeting with Hunter Biden's overseas business partners when he was vice president, including on speakerphone, says Representative James Comer, R. Kentucky, the committee chairman. One such meeting was in Dubai late in the evening of Friday, December 4, 2015, after a board meeting of the Ukrainian energy company Burisma, which was paying Hunter $83,000 a month as a director. Archer, who also was a director, is expected to testify that, after dinner with the Burisma board at the Burj Al Arab Hotel, he and Hunter traveled 6 miles north to the Four Seasons Resort Dubai at Jumeirah Beach to have a drink with one of Hunter's friends. While they were sitting outside at the bar, Vadim Pizharsky, a senior Burisma executive, phoned to ask where they were because Burisma's owner Mykola Zlochevsky needed to speak to Hunter urgently. "Can you ring your dad?" Soon afterward, the two Ukrainians joined Hunter and Archer at the Four Seasons bar, and Pizharsky asked Hunter, "Can you ring your dad?" At the time it was early afternoon, Friday, in Washington, D.C. Hunter then called his father, put him on speaker, placed the phone on the table, and introduced the Ukrainians to Joe Biden by name as Nikolai and Vadim. He also said words to the effect that the Burisma bigwigs need our support. VP Biden greeted the Ukrainians, but spoke only in vague pleasantries during the short call, and in other such interactions with Hunter's overseas business partners, Archer is expected to testify. Congressional investigators are expected to probe the reasons for Zlochevsky requesting the urgent phone call with Joe Biden. They will note the context, that 3 days after the speakerphone call, the then vice president, who was the Obama administration's point man for Ukraine, was due to fly to Kyiv to address the Ukrainian parliament, known as the Rada, on December 9, 2015, about the poison of cronyism, corruption, and kleptocracy. 10 weeks before the call, on September 24, 2015, U.S. Ambassador Jeffrey Pyatt had given a speech about corruption in Odessa, in which he targeted Zlochevsky by name. By then, Ukrainian Prosecutor General Viktor Shokin was investigating Burisma for corruption, and, within 2 months, on February 2, 2016, would seize 4 houses in Kyiv, 2 plots of land and a Rolls-Royce belonging to Zlochevsky, who was living in exile in Dubai. A month later, Shokin was fired, after Joe Biden threatened to withhold $1 billion in U.S. aid to Ukraine. "I looked at them and said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor is not fired, you're not getting the money," Biden would brag to the Council on Foreign Relations. Well, son of a bitch. He got fired. As Shokin's probe gathered pace at the end of 2015, Pizharsky ratcheted up the pressure on Hunter. Emails on Hunter's laptop show. In an email to Hunter and Archer on November 2, 2015, 1 month before the speakerphone call, Pizharsky explicitly demanded that they use their influence to close down the criminal investigation against Burisma. Archer also is expected to detail other speakerphone meetings in his testimony, including a dinner at a restaurant in Paris, where Hunter whipped out his phone and put his father on speaker to impress prospective investors. Sonny's go-to party trick, Hunter, performed the same party trick as many as 24 times in Archer's presence. The Long Island-born father of 3 is expected to tell congressional investigators under oath. Another former business partner, Tony Bobulinski, recalls Hunter offering to get his father on the phone during a meeting by the pool at the Chateau Marmont in Law. "I am also aware of other Biden family business associates, confirming that Joe would take phone calls from Hunter in the middle of business meetings, and would weigh in via speakerphone," says Bobulinski. Sitting with Hunter at Chateau Marmont before I first met Joe Biden on May 2, 2017, Hunter was adamant that his father takes his calls at any time, no matter what his lawyers say, or with gatekeepers like Kate Bedingfield, former Biden spokesperson, playing interference. The American people don't fully appreciate yet the key role Joe Biden played in the Biden family global influence peddling. I would equate it to a chairman's role in a traditional business structure. Bobulinski met with Joe twice in law in 2017 to be vetted as CEO of a joint venture. Hunter and his uncle Jim Biden were planning with Chinese energy company CEFC, which would end up netting them millions of dollars for no discernible product or service. Both meetings at the Beverly Hilton were in May 2017, 4 months after Joe left office as VP. Archer refused to comment yesterday, but a close associate said he is testifying because he believes it is his civic duty. He has nothing to hide, no revenge to enact, nor anyone to protect other than his family, and he feels he has been handcuffed by the absurdly bogus fraud case into remaining silent. In a forum where he has immunity, he can at least start to speak truth.